Alright guys, so just kind of want to make this video about how to go about cleaning your spray gun. It's something that if you're doing a car restoration like on your second gen Camaro or Firebird, whatever the fuck you have, you're going to be cleaning this thing a lot. Most of us don't have the luxury of, just primering it all once and then painting it and being done with it. Most of us are going to be doing this kind of project in pieces, which means multiple painting sessions and multiple primer sessions, as well as multiple paint gun cleaning sessions. So with that said, there's a way to do this that is cheap and effective without breaking the bank. Because each time that you go about cleaning this gun, you're potentially spending money. We're not like a big, we're not like a big body shop where they have this factored into their cost of doing business, so it's not a big deal. Each time you spray and you're cleaning it out, you need to be as efficient with it as possible, or else you just, flush your money away. So let's just get to it. So first thing that we're going to do is get a can of thinners. Now you can use lacquer thinner or acetone. I prefer acetone. Works pretty good for me. And we're just going to take our acetone right here, and we're going to pour it in the paint cup. Pretty simple right there. Take that shit, cap it. We're going to swish it around to make sure you keep your finger over the top right there, or else it's just going to swish out and blow out at the top. Okay, so that does a pretty good job of getting most of the paint out. So we're just going to pour that back into our bucket. Now, basically we're just going to reuse this bucket of thinners for whenever we go cleaning our gun. These are our gun cleaning thinners, and that's what we're going to use them for. Then we're going to get, just a little rag or whatever. We're going to go about cleaning the cap. So just take it, walk the thinners in there, do that. Go and clean the cap and get it as squeaky clean as you can. Then we're going to take our spray bottle of fresh, clean thinner and just spray it off over our bucket. That way the clean thinner goes in the thinner bucket and we're not wasting it. We have it to use later. So that's all good. Now we're going to take it and dab it in there. And we're going to get in there nice and good. Just kind of clean it out. And yep, it's all good. I mean, it's not perfect, but it'll do for now. Just going to uncap it and dump off any paint residue that you have inside the gun back into the bucket. Lay the gun down, we'll get back to that in a minute. And we're going to spray our clean thinner in there. Get in there. See that? It's clean. Has a fucking whistle. So then we're going to take our little round bristle brush and dab it down there. Just get in there like that. And take our soft plastic brush. Now you don't want to use a metal brush on this shit because a lot of the components on your paint gun are going to be aluminum. If you start using a metal bristle brush, you're very likely to scratch them. So just stick with the plastic one. And I mean, honestly, if you clean the paint gun right after you use it, you're not going to need to use a metal brush. The plastic one will be just fine. Okay, so see, that's clean now. That's good. Put that with that. Okay, now the next part is we're going to take the gun down and just do a basic field strip of it. You're going to take the back cap, the spring, and then pinch the needle if you can, pull it out. Lay those down on a little rag. We'll come back to those in a minute. Going to take our air cap and tip assembly off. Just throw it down there in the bucket. Then get your little wrench for your tip. This is the Vilbus FLG4, and it is a 1/2 inch. Just going to go ahead and unscrew it. And just do the same thing we were doing with the rest of the tip. Pull it out, throw it in there. So now we're just left with the gun itself. So what we're going to do, take our cleaning thinner, get down in there and up in here, back this way, then get the brush, and we're just going to go about scrubbing off the entire paint gun. Now, I mean, this is really one of those things where if you do it after each time you paint, it won't be a big deal. But the key factor is to do it right after you paint and to also use the correct type of thinner for the paint that you're using. Now, if you're using an alkyd enamel or something like that, then you're going to want to use the correct type of thinner. Now, for a urethane paint or epoxy-based paint, we can go ahead and use lacquer thinner or acetone. Anyway, we got that pretty clean right there. We're just going to go ahead and spray with our clean thinner. Okay, still looking a little dirty right there. Okay, it looks pretty clean. Now we're just going to take our little tiny brush right here, dab it in there. We're just going to run it through the passages that we have here, including the one that goes back to the needle, just to get out any kind of residue, and then give it another good squirt. Now, one of the things you want to make sure you do here is wear heavy-duty nitrile gloves, not latex gloves, but nitrile gloves. You want to wear the extra thick ones. The medium thickness ones, your paint thinner is just going to soak through it, get to your hands, and it's just not what you want. So, go ahead and pull these pieces out one by one, and just give them a good scrub. Spray it down with clean thinner, put it on a paper towel. Go here. Put them real good. And get down to the actual air cap itself, which is this guy with little horns on it. This is like, this and the tip are pretty much where like 95% of your paint gun cleanliness problems are going to have, because the passages are just so small. Now, a lot of folks like to get carburetor cleaner and use it for cleaning these out, but you can do that and it works just fine. The problem is that, each time that you go to clean your gun, you're going to go through half a can to a can of carburetor cleaner, and it just gets expensive after a while, especially if you're painting multiple times on one project. Especially a project that's not making you any money, or you're spending money on. It just gets old after a while, and you're just spending money just to clean your paint gun. Now, I'm using this little tiny brush right here to get like all up in there. And then just spray up the clean thinners. It's good to go. And let's get the last piece, which is going to be the tip right here. Going to do the same type of deal right here, and just get a little tiny brush and poke it through the center part. Get in there, clean out everything, and then go through each of those little side holes that you see there on the tip, just to get all any kind of paint, debris, or whatever that's stuck in there. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, the last thing you want is to get to painting something. You got it all prepped up, you put all your time into it, get it ready to go, and then you get a paint, and your paint starts coming out, all fucked up. And the next thing you know, you've basically just made more work for yourself and wasted paint and wasted time. And it's only because your gun wasn't clean. Maybe it could be something as one little passage in there. It's got it all dirtied up. Now we're going to take our little brush in here, swish it around. Okay, that's good right there. This is the one you want to, put the most attention on. Because this piece right here, honestly, is the piece. If you have a problem with the piece, this can be the one. So we're done right there. Well, the last piece we got to get there is that needle. And honestly, cleaning the needle is always pretty easy. They don't really get that dirty. We're just gonna, run a little bit thinner over it, brush it real good. Take our rag, wipe it off. Good to go. Okay, next deal right there is we're just going to put a cap back on the thinners. Good to go right there. Put those away. Done with those. And go back and reassemble our paint gun. So, good right here. And you should always go about reassembling your paint gun immediately after you clean it. I can't tell you how many times I've left the paint gun out, then it's been a couple days, someone else has been in my garage, and then they've knocked over where I have the paint gun set up, and now all of a sudden I can't find the spring or the tip or something like that, and all that stuff's really expensive when you try and go buy a replacement part. So it's always just the best practice. Reassemble it right then and there. So that way next time you paint, you really don't have to worry about it. You're just, good to go. Just pick up the gun, go fucking paint. Got the back of this part, just trying to get on it. And take the top. Put it on there. Good to go. Now, a lot of folks like to run a little bit of thinner through it and just spray it out. You can do that. But honestly, if you follow the steps I showed you before, you don't have to. It's all cleaned out and it's done. So, I mean, at the end of the day, this is just something you can do to make, your car project, your restoration, go 10 times better. Because, a dirty gun can just ruin your paint job and ruin your day real quick.